I grew up going to the beaches of Oregon, and if you've never been to the beach in Oregon, you don't realize how cold the water is, because the water is so freezing cold that your feet go numb. Basically, I've always wanted to go surfing since I was a little kid. I feel like even though I've never been surfing, I have a surfer's heart. I just love the ocean. I'm drawn to it. I've been hoping for an opportunity to be able to surf for years now. To go to California, find somebody to teach me how to surf, or just buy a board and try it, go for it. 3 years ago, our kids, Grace and Justin, took their family to the Above Rubies family camp in Florida, and they had a fantastic time and told us all about it, and we've been wanting to go ever since they told us about it. Okay, well, we are cruising through Alabama right now. We just got a little ways past Birmingham, Alabama, heading south because we're heading to the Above Rubies family camp in Panama City, Florida. And I am excited to go on this trip to be able to spend time with other believers and learn things that we can do to be better servants of God, and hopefully I'll be able to learn to surf. All of us were getting more and more excited the closer we got to Florida, and as we went through Alabama and Georgia, and then we're getting closer and closer to the Florida line, we're just so excited looking out the window. Yeah!
Palm trees!
Palm trees! We're in Florida!
We don't have palm trees in Oregon or Idaho, not like they do in Florida, and it was awesome. So we're pulling into Panama City and driving down the highway right there, and the ocean is just right over there, just on the other side of all these condominiums. And we get to Laguna Beach Christian Retreat, and we pull in, and our place is like just right there. Our spot, number 16, right across from the Gaga Ball. We've got a deck right out here. We can see the ocean, and we're right next to the pool, which Savannah has already found and touched.
Perfect.
And not only that, all you had to do was walk down the stairs, go across the crosswalk at the highway, and you're on the beach. We were that close. We were like a block away from the beach. And we were all so excited just to go down there and put our feet in that soft white sand and just check out the whole place. And it was awesome. The water was really pretty, so blue, and I was interested to see how it was going to be different from the Oregon coast. And so when we got there, the waves, they were crashing pretty good, actually. They were rolling in probably 2 or 3 feet high, and so there were people out there body surfing, and we went and we stepped in, waiting for that cold ocean water, and it wasn't so cold. When I was in high school, we had a youth group trip to the beach, and I saw for the first time skimboards. They would run and jump on these and glide across the sand. And I thought, oh, this is awesome. So we learned to skimboard that summer, and I've been doing it ever since.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
Teaching people to skimboard is one of my favorite things to do at the beach, because they stand there and they watch me for a while and they're like, wow, how you do that? I'm like, come on, I'll show you. So you get it in front of you, you run up and you jump, you gotta get both feet on. Don't get one or you're gonna do the split. Okay? You run up, jump. That's like a push. Pretty good. Nope. Go for it.
It's slippery, huh?
I got it. It went woo.
Right, Ellie, get on it!
One of my favorite things that I got to do while I was in Florida was I would walk down to the beach every morning to do my devotions. I would take my flip-flops and my Bible and my notepad, go out there and find a nice place to sit and just look out at the ocean and just take it all in. I'd close my eyes and listen to the waves crashing on the sand and the sounds of the birds flying around and squawking to each other. And then I would open my eyes and look into God's Word, and it just touched me so much deeper being there at this place that God's always drawn me to, but I've never really understood it until I went on this trip. Now, one new thing that I actually did notice right away that's a little different from the Oregon coast is they have flag warnings for the beach in Florida. I've never seen this before. I had to look at the little chart to see what all the flags meant. We had to start watching the beach flags to see if we could even be in the water or if the beach was closed. You can walk along the beach when there's 2 red flags, but you can't go out and be swimming in the water. Within a few days of being at the retreat center, they closed the beach. 2 red flags, and that meant that nobody could be in the water. And my heart started to sink. I'm like, how am I supposed to be able to go surfing if I can't go in the water? There is nobody allowed to go in the water. In fact, it's a $500 fine. I'm beginning to think that I may not end up being able to learn to surf on this trip. I think the second day of red flags, 2 red flags, I was at the beach doing my devotions as I usually am, and I started looking and started seeing how vast the ocean was and how powerful and how it was something to be respected, yet something to be loved. It was to be feared, but it was amazing. And then the light went on. That's why I am drawn to the ocean, is because it is a living metaphor for God. When I am at the ocean, I feel closer to God because I am next to one of His greatest creations, something that He has put His attributes into. So I sat there and I looked out at the ocean again with this new knowledge, with this new revelation as to why I love it so much. It's because I love God so much. At that time, on that beach, I didn't care anymore whether I surfed or did not surf while we were at that retreat. God had brought me to the realization of why I was there and what He wanted to teach me. The actual Christian conference ended on Sunday, but there were a lot of people that stayed there 2 or 3 days after that to be there for a full week and just to relax and have a great time. And I looked out the window and I saw somebody walking by with a surfboard and I dropped everything. I got down to the bottom of the steps and I turned and he was running down the street to get to the ocean, I guess. I don't know why he started running, but I had to run too. So I started running after him and slowed down, got next to him and like, you know, trying to be cool and stuff. And I go, "Oh, so you're surfing, huh?" And I think he saw right through me. He just said, "Yeah, you want to try it? Here." He reaches in his pocket and gives me the keys to his van. He's like, "Go back there to that red van and you grab the other surfboard that's in there and come on out." I had given up. I did not think that we were going to be able to surf during this visit to Florida. And here I was with a surfboard under my arm, running out to go out in the waves with this guy. So I got out there and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, here I am on the sand with a surfboard. This is like, it was like something that I only saw in the movies. I literally have never held a surfboard standing on a beach. I am 51 years old and I've wanted to surf for the last 35 years. And now it was happening. He's like, "Try it, you know, get yourself centered on the board." So I had to learn how to get on it, how to balance on it, and then how to try to paddle out into the surf. I would be so far in that I was over a sandbar. I'd stand up on the board and it would go down into the sand because it was so shallow. But I didn't care. I was out there with a surfboard attached to my ankle. And I was out there using those muscles that I had built up, trying to learn how to surf. I just got back from going surfing for the first time in my life, and it was great. I did okay. I never got to stand straight up or anything. I got both feet on the board a couple times, but it was really small waves, and it was good for being able to get a feel for what to do and be able to get up on the board, balance myself and stuff like that. And I mean get up on the board as in lay down on it. But Rich was awesome. He let me borrow one of his surfboards, and we're still here for another day. He said that if the van's unlocked, just come grab one if there's one available and go for it. It's about 7:45 and I am doing my devotions for the first time. Now actually having surfed in the ocean, and the connection that I was longing for is strong. It's a different feeling looking at the ocean this morning. Wow, it's hard to put into words. I've been waiting for this literally for decades, and now that connection that my heart has always felt has been completed with my actual physical being. Well, it's surfing day 2. I'm out here by myself since Rich said I could use the board if I wanted to, and I guess we'll find out how well I can do on my own. The waves are a lot more, well, more often, but they're more consistent today, so who knows, we'll find out. I didn't stay out as long the second day, but I feel like I got some more, I advanced some more, because at one point I was able to get one foot, my left foot all the way up. Well, I mean, you know, the knee was bent, the foot was on the board, and my knee, I was up on my knee on my right foot. So it is knee on right foot, left foot front up there, and I rode it like that for about 2 seconds. So I didn't quite get my right foot up on the boards, I wasn't all the way standing straight, but I got a little ways up and I was riding. I could feel, okay, it's moving, I'm pushing, it's going. And so that was good. And that was the best ride I had. But the whole thing was a gift. The whole thing was a gift from God after I had already received what He wanted to tell me. He had already gotten the message to me that you are connected to the ocean because you are connected to me. And that's what stuck with me. There's a great quote in Point Break that I'm gonna mess up because I forgot to look it up before I did this, but Brody is talking to Johnny Utah and talking about the other surfers, the ones that are just crazy, the ones that are just out there to rip it up and be nuts. And he looks at him and he says something to the effect of, they just don't get the spiritual side. Now I know he's not talking about a connection with God, he's talking about some connection with nature, but for me, I get the spiritual side because that's the whole thing. For me, the whole thing is surfing is to commune with God. And I can't wait to get my own surfboard and do it again. I am now a surfer. I'm a surfer.